Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're digging into a real heavyweight in personal finance. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. We've got a great summary here, really distilling its core ideas, our mission, to pull out the key insights fast, give you that shortcut to understanding its philosophy, and maybe, help shift how you think about money. Okay, let's unpack this financial philosophy.
Yeah, and what's really compelling, I think, is how it uses this story, this narrative, to teach some pretty big financial lessons. You've got the author's actual dad, the poor dad, contrasted with his friend's dad, the rich dad.
Yeah.
And through them, you get these life lessons on money, investing, achieving financial independence. It's a very clever, very accessible setup.
Definitely. And one of the absolute core takeaways, maybe the core takeaway, is that distinction between assets and liabilities. I mean, we sort of know assets make money, liabilities cost money, right? But the book really hammers home how people mix them up. That house, the one everyone called their biggest asset,
Hmm.
from the rich dad perspective, it's often your biggest liability. You're pouring money into it, mortgage, taxes, upkeep.
Right. It's costing you cash flow, not generating it.
Exactly. So the rich focus on acquiring income-generating assets,
Yeah.
things like rental properties, dividend stocks.
Stuff that puts money in your pocket.
Yeah. While, the book argues many others accumulate liabilities they think are assets,
Yeah.
it really turns that conventional thinking upside down.
And that links straight into another major theme, doesn't it? The push for financial education. It basically asks, are we actually taught how money works? Beyond just getting a paycheck.
That's such a good point.
The book makes the case that, well, schools often miss this practical side. It's not just about grades. It's understanding cash flow, investing basics,
Yeah.
real-world stuff.
Yeah, understanding the game, essentially. And building on that, it talks about how we should approach work itself. It's this idea of working to learn, not just to earn. So maybe you don't just chase the highest salary. Maybe you take a job where you learn sales or marketing or negotiation skills.
Skills that become assets themselves.
Precisely. Because the book's message is the rich don't really work for money in the long run. They learn how to make money work for them.
Through businesses, through investments.
Right. Making their assets do the heavy lifting.
So if you tie all these threads together, learning versus earning, assets versus liabilities, it really all comes down to mindset, doesn't it?
Totally.
The book paints a really stark contrast. You've got the rich dad mindset, comfortable with calculated risks, thinking creatively, focused on building wealth through learning and persistence. And then the poor dad mindset, more focused on security, avoiding risk, following that traditional path: school, job, pension.
It sounds incredibly powerful because it's so relatable. What is it about the delivery that makes it stick?
Well, I think as the summary we looked at points out, it's the simplicity. The language is straightforward, not academic.
Yeah.
And it uses these memorable stories, these anecdotes. It's very motivational, especially if you're just starting out, because it frames things so clearly.
So great for inspiration, getting you thinking differently.
Yeah.
But maybe not a step-by-step guide. Is that fair?
That's exactly right. The analysis does mention it's, well, a bit light on concrete, actionable strategies. You won't find detailed investment plans here. And, it can get a little repetitive. Plus, some criticize the advice on risk-taking as maybe needing more caution, more context. So yeah, think of it as the why, the mindset shift, not necessarily the detailed how-to.
Got it. So thinking about our listeners, who really benefits most from picking this up? What does this all mean for you? The summary suggests it's really good for, say, teenagers, young adults, people maybe new to thinking about finance.
Definitely. Or anyone, really, who feels kind of stuck in that paycheck-to-paycheck cycle and is looking for, well, a different perspective, a motivational boost.
Makes sense.
So the final verdict, we're looking at a solid 4 out of 5 stars. Look, it's not the ultimate finance textbook, absolutely not, but it's a really powerful introduction to the idea of financial freedom. It challenges those ingrained beliefs about money, work, school, and it really lays the groundwork for building a wealth-focused mindset. It can genuinely change how you see things.
It really is amazing how that simple comparison, rich dad versus poor dad, can just fundamentally reframe your whole outlook on finances and what's possible.
Absolutely. And, building on that core idea of mindset, maybe a final thought for everyone listening is this. What assumptions or beliefs about money or work or even security might you be holding on to without really questioning them? And how might just starting to question those things, how might that open up completely new paths for your own financial future? Something to think about.